Hello everyone. Today we're going to go over our lateral position with our resident. Your scenario in your student study guide is that your resident needs repositioned, and we reposition every 2 hours. And he prefers to be put in a lateral position. It can be left lateral or right lateral. So I'm just going to kind of go through this with you. And then we'll go through it. I'll kind of instruct a little bit, and then after that I'll go back through it without interruption.
Hello?
Hi, Mr. Smith. Do brake check. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Great. My name is Melissa. I'm going to be your CNA today, and I'm just here to assist you with getting repositioned on your side. Is now a good time?
Yes.
So how's your day been so far?
It's been good.
Wonderful. Make sure when you guys are doing your skills, that holistic care, we talk about the importance of you guys talking with your resident. So make sure you're doing that. That makes them feel more comfortable, and you comfortable as well performing your cares with your residents. Hey, Mr. Smith. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to bring your bed up a little bit. Make sure that you get your bed up to your working position as part of your body mechanics. Okay, this is about the time you need to make sure that you have your supplies. For this skill, we're going to need 3 pillows. So I'm going to put those at the end of his bed. Hey, Mr. Smith, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to get this call light out of your way. We'll get that back to you here in just a second.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and lay your bed down flat. Remember, if you're ever going to, during your cares, if we're rolling the resident, you need to go ahead and make sure that bed is in the supine position. Mr. Smith, I'm going to go ahead and uncover you, but we'll get you covered back up here in just a second.
Okay, that'll be fine.
First thing we need to do is because when you're positioning your resident, it's a little bit different than cares. When we're doing cares, at the end of the time we do our care, we'll put our resident back into the middle of the bed. When we reposition the resident, we always want to leave them in the middle of the bed for safety. Just remember, you guys, in our skilled care facilities, our long-term care facilities, they do have the guardrails. You guys can use those to allow your resident to be independent in care. Just make sure if you put that up to allow them to grab that bar and help you out, that you put it down after you're done with the skill, okay? Mr. Smith, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to remove this pillow for a moment. Okay. If you remove that head pillow, it's up to you. You don't have to. Sometimes I just find it gets in the way. Make sure you put that pillow just leaned against the head of the bed, because we don't want to end up having a pillow that we have between our legs up by our head. Okay, Mr. Smith, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move you closer to me. Okay, I'm going to start off with your head and your shoulders. On the count of 3, I'm going to move you towards me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to go to your middle section. 1, 2, 3. And then your legs. 1, 2, 3. When you're moving your resident, make sure you're always here. You never leave him when you're towards the end of the bed, but you need to pull your resident over first towards you, move him towards you. That way, when we roll him on his side, he'll be left in the middle of the bed, and that's a safety protocol. Okay? Okay, Mr. Smith, go ahead and put this arm out. Keep this arm across. We're going to go ahead and bend this knee. If you can bend that for me. There you go. Okay, Mr. Smith, on the count of 3, I'm going to roll you away from me. Make sure that you're counting with your resident so your resident understands the expectations and can help with the cares. Make sure when you're rolling your resident, we always want to roll at the shoulder and the hip. Don't move legs and arms. Okay, Mr. Smith, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hold on to his hip. You first want to get this is kind of the back pillow. It's the stabilizing pillow, so get that back there first. Okay, next I get his head pillow for comfort. Put that back underneath your head. Okay. Next is your leg pillow. I'm going to lift your leg, Mr. Smith. You can help me with that. You want to make sure the pillows extend to those bony prominences. That's anywhere where the joint or the bone is closer to the skin. So we want to make sure the knee and the ankle is where we want the pillow in between. And then last but not least is the arm pillow. I'm going to have you lift your arm for me. This one tends to have a lot of students get counted off during their state test because Remember, this elbow is a bony prominence, and if you turn your pillow like this and don't, you will get counted off because that elbow will be lying against that, your torso, okay? So make sure, right there, elbow and the wrist is where we're at. Go ahead and get your resident covered back up. At this point, end of task. Gloves come off. Hand hygiene immediately. Okay, Mr. Smith, don't reach across your resident. Go ahead and put that over there. I'm going to take my card over there as well because that's okay, Mr. Smith. Make sure to fasten your call lights. Okay, Mr. Smith, there is your call light.
Thank you.
And here is your water. Is there anything else that I can do for you?
No, that will be all. Thank you.
Just remember, guys, that if we're out in the communities, for your skills test, you don't have to worry about lowering the bed all the way. But however, if you were in the community and with your resident, you need to make sure that the bed is all the way down to the ground. Okay? Okay, Mr. Smith, you just call me if you need anything else. Okay. You still going?
You want us to?
Okay, I'm going to run back through without talking so you guys can see the full skill. Mr. Smith, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Great. My name is Melissa. I'm going to be your CNA today, and I'm just here to assist you with getting repositioned on your side. Is now a good time?
Yes, it is.
How's your day going?
I'm having a great day.
Wonderful. Breakfast looked amazing this morning.
It was really good.
Great. So what kind of activities do you have going on today?
I think I'll go watch a movie in the activities room.
That sounds great. Do you know what movie they're watching today?
I'm not sure, but I like all the movies.
Sometimes on the weekends, my husband and I like to kind of watch movies.
That's good.
So are you a Western fan, or do you like romance?
I like the Westerns.
I see they also are having bingo today.
Oh yeah, I always play bingo.
Oh, really? Are you a lucky bingo individual? Do you win anything usually?
No, not usually, but I still like to play.
That's just part of it. I like playing too. Okay, Mr. Smith, I'm gonna go ahead. You're laying flat, so I'm gonna go ahead and uncover you for just a second. Okay, Mr. Smith, I'm just gonna remove your pill for a moment, if that's okay with you. Put that back here in just a second. Okay, Mr. Smith, I'm going to move you closer to me. We're gonna start off with your head and your shoulders, okay? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, your midsection. 1, 2, 3. And then your legs. One, 2, 3. Okay, Mr. Smith, I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to put this leg up. Have your arm out, move this across there. Okay, on the count of 3, I'm going to roll you away from me, okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Go ahead and get your head, Mr. Smith, I'm going to lift your leg. Extend that knee. Here is your... Okay, are you comfortable, Mr. Smith?
Yes, that feels comfortable.
Let's get you covered back up. Okay, Mr. Smith. Get you your call light. There's your call light. And here is your water. Mr. Smith, before I go, is there anything else that I can do for you?
No, that will be all. Thank you.
You go ahead and you just give me a call if you need anything else, okay?
I will. Thanks.
Okay, well, I will see you after bed.